Sometimes it seems as if we like our days to be filled with things that ring or buzz. Just think about it. An alarm wakes you up in the morning, then it's off to school, or a bell rings to let you know if you're on time. Then other bells ring to let you know when it's time to get up, move to another room, when it's time to clear the hallway, and when it's time to run out into the parking lot, jump into a vehicle with the engine running, and escape for another day. Some of us have even started to use our smartphones to set alarms for non-school related things. An anniversary, a birthday, or a daily reminder that the dog needs its kibbles and bits. The first thing you're going to notice about going to a virtual school is that nothing buzzes, and the only thing that rings is freedom. All of a sudden, your daily schedule and how you live it are entirely up to you, and that kind of freedom can be empowering and pretty sweet. Of course, as any fan of Spider-Man knows, with great power must come great responsibility. In your case, that means that responsibility for setting a daily schedule is entirely up to you. You're going to have to provide your own bells and whistles. One of the things we're going to ask you to do is fill out a calendar that lays out how you're going to spend your time every day, week, and month. Part of that is going to be figuring out what works for you as far as scheduling. What do you need? It's going to look different for every student. What you eventually decide to go with might change with time, and that's okay. You might need to start with a schedule that accounts for what you're going to do every hour of your workday, especially until you know how much time your assignments will typically take. Trust us on this one. This is something you need to get used to doing. You probably don't realize how much you've come to rely on those bells and alarms to help keep you on task. Whatever your system winds up being, you have to stick to it. We've given you the freedom of deciding when and how to do your academic work. Now you have the responsibility of getting that work done in a timely fashion. We don't all get cool costumes and superpowers for doing that, but you'll find that you will get a smooth transition to the virtual school environment. During the first few weeks, you're going to feel a little bit like Sherlock Holmes on the trail of a hot new mystery. The case of how you spend your time is deceptively simple. You think you know what you do every day, but once you start really paying attention to scheduling your time and activities, you'll notice things about yourself and how you spend your time that will surprise you. Pay attention to what you learn. You may notice that you seem to do better when you schedule math homework early in the day, or you may notice that the hour around 5 p.m. is a bad time to try to get anything done because your parents are coming home, your siblings are running in and out, and your dog needs to be walked. A true detective would notice when they weren't getting done what they had scheduled to get done, and why, and see if a pattern emerges. Maybe, for instance, you'll notice that you're not getting your work done because there was a TV marathon of Transformers cartoons, or your friends came over to hang out, or you kept turning off the computer and popping in the latest Hollywood blockbuster. Being a detective with your schedule can help you decide when to do things, where you have to schedule a bit better, and most importantly, the identity of your WMDs, weapons of mass distraction. You'll be able to peg these pretty quickly. These are the things that take up a lot of your time without your ever realizing it. The internet may have paved the way for us to have this awesome, cool way of going to school, but unfortunately, it is also the home base of a ton of WMDs. Things like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, various instant messengers, YouTube, and 1,000 others. These things can blow apart your schedule like TNT, so while you're busy being Sherlock Holmes, you also need to double up as the bomb squad, disarming these possible distractions as much as you can. The best way to do that doesn't have anything to do with cutting a blue wire. In fact, the best way to disarm a WMD is simply not be around one during your work hours. So what do you need to do? First, you need to schedule your work time for every week. Second, you need to notice how you're actually spending your time and adjust your schedule. Third, you need to identify your weapons of mass distraction and avoid them. Finally, you need to congratulate yourself for taking an important step towards success in the virtual world.